guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I am so happy you found us. I'm Lisa and this is my channel. Today we're here to do a flip through of some composition notebooks that were turned into a recipe journal and a planner. But we've got some more ideas for you to take something that's so simple and turn it into something really amazing. So let's get started. Okay guys, this first composition notebook we have turned into a special holiday only planner. And I celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, so that's what this is decorated for, and that's what the plans inside were for. If you celebrate Thanksgiving and Hanukkah, or just Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever you celebrate, do you. This is me doing me, okay? But it's just a plain. Here you can just see it in there. Look, it's been, this was last year's. You can see the composition book, but I did have it covered like that. Now the front is Thanksgiving and Christmas because that's what it was used for. So I just have the cover and decorated for both. Thought the owls were adorable. The back is all Christmas because by the time you get to the back of the planner, it is the end of December. Okay, so in here, what I did was I set up Thanksgiving and the months that I would need for that. And then the back is obviously Christmas. Okay, when you open it up, there is a pocket right here. And then I just put a colored turkey there because I thought it was pretty and it's bright and it's funny and just made me happy when I opened it. And that's a great thing about doing planners out of composition books. You can make them however many pages you need. You can do whatever you want to with them. And I left all the pages in this one because I needed them all. Okay, I start off with a November calendar and I have a tab. This is my to-do section. There's my November calendar. This is a pocket right there. Then Thanksgiving week, the week of Thanksgiving, I have days that I could list stuff like go to the grocery store or get the things for the tablescape or whatever. Okay, a lot of these pages, I'm going to back up a minute. I said I didn't take any pages out. I did not, but I actually glued together 2 pages so they would be thicker, just an FYI. Okay, here's the rest of Thanksgiving week. And then we're at my next tab, which is menu shopping. So this is what I would go get for my menu. And it would probably be for the night before and the day of and the day after. There's my shopping list. And again, I glued the pages together. And then here's the last page where I could put my recipe cards for shopping. I could put any menus that I had set up and maybe wasn't sure about. I could stick them in here. I could put receipts in here if we were splitting it with family members or whatever. Then I would make my notes here in this section, just what worked, what didn't, what recipes were a hit, what weren't, just so I don't waste time for the next Thanksgiving. Okay, here's Christmas. Here is my picture. Again, I just colored it. Something happy and fun. Okay, and then this is calendars and my to-do list. So there's my to-do list for Christmas. And I have a November calendar and a December calendar because it actually takes 2 months to get ready for a larger celebration at Christmas. There's my December calendar. Here's my to-do list broken down the week of Christmas. Any last minute shopping, any last minute decorating, food planning I could put in here. Here is a, again, it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, any notes I would need to make. Here's my Christmas card planner, who I would write my Christmas cards to, and there's addresses, so I'm not going to show you that. But it's just an address page with their address and that kind of information. And I had a bunch of them. Yeah, I had a bunch of Christmas cards to send out. And this is really helpful. That way you don't miss somebody. This is my gift planner. I would write the names and the gift ideas I had there. And then if I needed to, I had the back as well. This is stocking stuffers, same thing, a person's name, what I was thinking about for their stocking. And what I like to do with stocking stuffers too is I like to get stockings that are real small and put some nice little gifts in there, maybe for teachers, for neighbors, for friends, that kind of thing. Big stockings for friends, you could put, you know, some cheese and crackers and wine bottle in there and give it to them. Just don't put the cheese till you're ready to go. Shopping list, one could be for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. You could do it for your stocking stuffers. You could do it for your gifts. This is my online shopping tracker. I know I shop online now pretty much all the time, of course, because of COVID and other things. But that was when, you know, maybe we didn't so much. Here's our menu section. Who's going to be there, and then what kind of food are we going to have as beverages, appetizers, main dish, side dish, desserts. And then my baking menu, because of course you're going to have candy, cookies, pastries. And this can be all healthy too. Here's my grocery list. Then here's gifts received and thank you notes. I would put what it was and make sure I write a thank you note. That way it's just making sure you don't forget in such a busy season. Then, of course, this is just notes and things that extra list I might have needed. And I always leave extra paper at the back for anything that I might need or not need. I also have doodle pages. I'm an artist, and sometimes I just doodle at the back. I did have a little bit left. You can always take this out if you want. It's up to you, but I wouldn't take any pages out. I would go through first and count out what you're going to need it for and make your tabs, and then figure out how many pages you want for that. If you're going to glue 2 pages together just to make your pages a little less flimsy, and then count out. So I would have done is I would have put 1 page down, so it's like my intro to Thanksgiving. Then I would say, okay, this is going to be my to-do section, so how many pages do I need? Well, I'm going to glue 2 together, so I'm going to set aside 6 pages, 2 glued together, so that's 3 pages in the to-do section, and you get the idea. And you go through all your sections. You can put tabs to mark them off. You could put a paper clip to separate them from the next sections you're going to do. However you want to do it. You don't have to glue 2 pages together, but it just gives you a lot of stability if you do. Okay, this next composition notebook is a recipe journal. This is a family holiday recipe journal, and I used a vintage cookbook that was missing pages. I used that to decorate this with, and also I used a kit from Elsie's Bookshelf. I'll link her Etsy shop down below. This was a kit she had in there. It's Christmas and a Thanksgiving, because I don't know if you noticed, but the top is fall and the bottom is Christmas. Again, because I'm combining my 2 holidays I celebrate at the end of the year. And this is family holiday recipes. So what I'm going to do is fill this with recipes that are from our family, like a genealogy of recipes in our family. Okay, and at the front, you can see there is a huge pocket. It's decorated in the fall theme, and all of this is from the kits. I stuck in some index cards for recipes. I decorated them with items from the kit. And then I also decorated the tags. I put some sari silk on them and their little shopping list at the back. It's a 2-part tag. It's for shopping. If I go to get flowers, if I'm doing some gifts, food, whatever, these are my little to-go shopping list. They're real fun to make, and it's just basically I cut out the tag from the kit, and I put an index card on the back and sewed around it. And then I attached another piece of that same index card. And it's a little 2-page shopping list. And I tied it with sari silk. Super cute, super functional. That's what this is all about. being functional. And then it says fall recipes. And like I said, I'm going to give this as a gift. So I made sure she had recipe cards and these in here. So when she gets ready to make a recipe that she puts in, she doesn't have to take the recipe out. She can just put it on her little tag shopping list. And this is Christmas and Thanksgiving. And since it's Thanksgiving, I put a picture out of my vintage cookbook of a big turkey. And then on the other side, I put the pages about how to roast the turkey. Whoops. And then I just have a note page right here. I did some sewing and decorated with a fall ribbon. And then this is where she can come in and she can put recipe cards down on these pages of all the family recipes. If my daughter has recipes that she's made up that she wants to put in here, definitely can. Whatever she wants to do with it. Like I said, it's kind of like a genealogy for recipes. Then in the inside, again, I put another pocket just with more index cards that have been stamped and inked on the side. And then more just a note section, and then more places for cards. And then this is a beef mushroom loaf, like a meatloaf. It's out of that vintage cookbook again. And then there's some recipes on the back that I thought would be fun too. I just added this in because it is a cookbook. I thought it would be fun. Then we have some leaves. And if you notice, I just decorated the pages with little things from the kit. And then this is just from the kit with some fabric and sewing. I just want it to be pretty for my daughter. And then I just used a piece of wired ribbon as a bookmark. And I made sure the theme all the way through was Thanksgiving. Another pocket, I put in some journal cards here, just so if she wants to make some notes or give something to a friend. I want to make sure she has plenty of things to write on, and they're just sewn and blank on the back. And I use tags as decoration, just pictures, whatever. Some of the ephemera that came with the kits. Then here is an old-fashioned Jell-O mold fruit ring. And it talks about fruit salads and molds. You can still find molds in antique stores. And then there's more vintage recipes on the back. And these are all just attached with washi tape. So if she does want to take them out, she can. This is just a tuck spot right here. And I just put ham with cherry sauce. It's kind of like a very Thanksgiving-y recipe from this old cookbook. And this cookbook was one that my mom and my grandmother also had when they were first married. So I thought it would be fun. It just, all the recipes weren't there, so I felt more comfortable cutting it up. And as you can tell, and then here's another recipe from it, a curried apple relish. I put a lot of fall flavored recipes in, and it's all fall decorated. And you decide how much room. I think what I did, more fabric. What I did was I just halved it. I did half of the composition of book fall and then half of it for Christmas. So you could half it however you want. You could, of course, take out pages, whatever you are comfortable doing. And then here is an envelope. And again, it's just got a recipe card in there sewn around just so she could, like I said, give it to a friend, mail it to a friend out of state. She could put this in a bigger brown envelope. Just tried to make it fun. Just some washi tape. Just kept it real simple because this is supporting the star are the recipes. Then here's a rolls and coffee cake page. And of course there's recipes on the back. This was a very fun one to make. I really liked making it. And then here's another big pocket. Here's a mustard relish mold. So you can make a relish and mold it into a shape because that was really big in vintage times. And then here's one. This is fruit French dressing. If you want to make a fruit salad and use a dressing on it. that's not, you know, something different. Some of this stuff maybe tastes terrible. I don't know. Then just a little tuck spot at the bottom. And some blank recipe cards so she could actually decorate them however she wanted to. And then another big pocket with more journaling cards, more places to write list, go shopping, whatever she wants to do. And this isn't just really for Thanksgiving. This could be fall flavors as well. Okay, now here we are to our winter Christmas recipes. Because again, it's not just the holidays, but it's the season as well. Because I don't know about you, but we have foods that we only eat in cold weather and fall. Like, you know, everybody knows pumpkin spice and fall comes out. Here's some orange spiced peaches. I tried to pick some unique things. And then, like I said, she will put in here whatever she wants. This is a dark fruit cake. Thought it might be good. Did, again, a lot of sewing. This is just some vintage Christmas cookies from the cookbook. And then there's some recipes for cookies on the back. Sorry if I hit that. Then again, I put a lot of note-taking spots because I want her to, you know, have as much room as possible. Then a big pocket, and then this one has, of course, journaling cards or note cards for shopping. Again, gift shopping, food shopping, whatever. Then I just put some washi tape to decorate the sides. I only decorated one side just because, you know, recipes are supposed to fill all this up. Here's this envelope. There's nothing in it. Again, you could put a recipe card. You could put more journaling cards. You could put notes. Okay, I put a bingo card in here. Actually, that's not a bingo card. That was part of the ephemera kit for this Christmas. But that's fun. And then this, there we go. More vintage type holiday cookies with recipes. So if you can find an old vintage cookbook and you don't mind, you know, tearing it apart, or it's already, you know, not all there, it's fun to make these composition notebooks using them. It gives them a lot of decoration. And then I made another bookmark out of Christmas ribbon and then stamped Christmas holiday recipe cards. Lots of note places, again, extra note places. A lot of ribbon used and stamping. Because I wanted texture, I wanted some fabrics, different things. And then this is a big pocket with some more cards that are stamped. I stamped an ugly Christmas sweater. So it doesn't have to be, you know, just food themed. It can be anything. These are molasses cookies, and whoever had this cookbook wrote good on it, so I'm sure they're good. Some more, journaling cards. I've sewn around all the journaling cards in this composition journal recipe holder. Just tried to make it a lot of fun. And again, this is my family, the way we celebrate. You could definitely take the same ideas and do it for your family for Hanukkah or just for winter, for Kwanzaa, for whatever you want. I love this. It looks very Christmassy, very vintage. And then, of course, you open it up and there's some vintage candy recipes. And then, you know, I just used her kits, saying Elsa Bell's bookshelf, some ribbon I had. And we had a dark fruit cake earlier. This is a light fruit cake. More journaling cards with a drop sugar cookie recipe, and then the picture of what they looked like. And that's from the vintage cookbook. Like I said, I used a lot of ribbon and fabric just to add some texture, different pops of color. And then this is like for party, like appetizers. And it flips out. It says appetizers, fruit cup, ginger fruit, frappes, lime icebergs. So it gives you an idea of some vintage appetizers. In fact, I was thinking one year it might be fun to have like a holiday that's all vintage foods from a vintage cookbook. Then we've got Pecan Crispies right here, which are just cookies. Now be aware that if you use a vintage cookbook for baking, it does say like shortening and Crisco, but of course you can substitute the bad things out for the healthy. That was just a sign of the times. Some washi tape. And then we're at the back, and just like the front, the back has a big pocket. And then these journaling cards are your list for the winter holidays or for Christmas. Again, like the tags up front for fall or Thanksgiving, there's 2 together. And I did sewing on them and just tried to make them fun and festive. I hope you enjoyed those composition books turned into really cool recipe journals or planners. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below about, can I show you something else to do with these? It's really a cost-effective way for a time that can get really overwhelming and expensive and busy. These make life so much easier. You stay organized. It's a great gift. They're great gifts. You stay organized if you do a planner. They're inexpensive because you can literally get a composition notebook for like 50 cents, even maybe cheaper if you look at the thrift stores. Super fun to decorate, doesn't take a lot of time. You don't have to decorate every page. You can take pages out if you don't want to use the whole thing. So it's a really nice use of something besides, it's a really nice use to get something different. And I think everybody would enjoy getting one just because it is something different. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure and give me a thumbs up. Also, be sure and hit that subscribe button. Have a lot of great videos coming up. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about how to take the perfect holiday photos. No double chins, no tummy pooches, no big wide booties. I'll give you all the secrets. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you'd like to see more composition notebook how-to. If you'd like to see a how-to, take a plain composition notebook, how simple it is to turn it into a really cool recipe journal, regular journal, planner, whatever. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.